You wrote an article about some must-watch matchups, 4 of them, with this Browns-Jaguars game. You got number 1, Greg Newsome against Christian Kirk. Number 2, we've got Eric Armstead, Joel Bitonio, and Wyatt Teller. 3, we got Zadarius Smith and Anton Harrison. And number 4, Denzel Ward against Brian Thomas Jr. Take us through a couple of those are wide receiver versus secondary. If you're the Browns and if you're Jim Schwartz, you got to like those matchups.
Let's hope. I'll say this. The Jacksonville wide receiver room is built pretty nice. They built them like a basketball team, and they have everything covered. They have a really good, diverse skill set, and they went out and got Gabe Davis to be like the power forward guy, and you go get Brian Thomas Jr. in the draft. And I got to say, watching his tape last week against Miami, you walk away super encouraged. He caught all 4 of his targets, 47 yards and a touchdown. But it wasn't just the stats, it was who he did it against. He won at Jalen Ramsey, and he did it with bravado. He was jawing at him, taking it to him, forced a first and goal type of pass interference on a 41-yard shot play where he got behind Ramsey. Brian Thomas is the real deal. But and that's your first week. Your second week, you draw Denzel Ward. Can Denzel set a tone? There's going to be no free lunches and really take, kind of shut the rookie out. It's going to be a tough thing to do. Lawrence will take his shots to him. But if you look at the other receiver in Christian Kirk, we didn't get to see Christian Kirk when we played last year. That was the first game that he had missed. He was coming off an 1,100-yard season in 22. He was on pace to do exactly that last year when he got hurt. He's a vertical slot threat. He'll match up against Newsome often, and that'll be a matchup I'm intrigued on because when Lawrence is in a tough bind, which he should be under duress against us, he looks to Kirk early and often. He didn't do it much last week, but it wasn't the same kind of game up front that it will be when you play the Browns. So those 2 matchups can dictate a lot of how successful and how much you can limit the Jacksonville passing game. One matchup that I'm very intrigued is Zadarius versus Anton Harrison. We know what's going to happen. You're playing Myles Garrett. Myles is matched up on Cam Robinson. He should dominate that matchup. Well, Anton Harrison, in my estimation, when you look at this Jacksonville team, is their best lineman by far. The Jags are probably going to try to roll the pocket to the right just to get out of Myles' path of destruction. Well, that puts you right into Z's path if he can win in his matchups against Anton Harrison. So there's a ton of good-on-good matchups in this game, and I'm just focused on a few. But Zadarius versus Anton Harrison will be a swing into how destructive this defensive line can be and how much pressure they can put on Trevor Lawrence, because we already know that Myles is going to do that from his side in his matchup. So it's about Z winning his matchup and just collapsing that pocket.
All right, before I let you go, Keys, when you look at this, how do the Browns get a much-needed win in Jacksonville?
It's give me 18 points. I'm not even the bar is so low right now. Give me 18 points. If you give me 18 points, I'm gonna think we have a chance to win this because I think the defense knows what's at stake. And they played better over the course of that game. After that second touchdown, they start putting it together, communicating better, and that's what no more miscommunication issues. Really just bear down and choke out this Jacksonville offense. The offense has to figure it out. Take the easy stuff when it's there and just limp along and just, for the love of God, end every possession and a kick, even if that's punts. We just got to try to work some sort of symbiotic relationship out where the offense gives you just enough and the defense kind of can still the win and get you back to Ohio, at least at 1-1 to face the Giants.
Well, again, you had 2 turnovers and a punt return for a touchdown. And if you've got an elite defense, those are 3 things that will kill an elite defense. Take care of the football and do just enough to win the football game is the recipe, I think.